Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Excuse me as I hydrate. Oh, this? Check out mygreengear.com. Link will be in the description box. People, I know you've seen it. I know you've seen it. I know you've seen it, and I know you didn't want to see it, and you didn't want it to happen, and he shouldn't even be there. But he is, and he did. And when I saw this story this morning, I was like, no, he didn't. No. But then another part of me was like, of course. Of course he's going to do this. Of course, Sloppy Joe, with his 3 aneurysms and an embolism and his 80 years of age almost, are going to get up there on stage and he's going to fall. It's a numbers game. There are only so many times he can get on a stage before he falls. You thought it was just steps going up that could make Joe fall. You thought it was a bike coming to a stop that could make Joe fall. But the list keeps growing. Add a stage to that. Now, he got up on stage without incident, but he couldn't navigate his way off. And just what? Last week, he was at the G7 summit in Japan, and he almost tripped and fell down the stairs. Now, if this was an 80-year-old man who suffered from that kind of brain trauma, I wouldn't say a word about him. It would be mean. I would be a terrible person for making fun of that nice old man. But that's not the case. They pulled this man from the basement and shoved him into 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. They shoved him into the limelight. They shoved him into the public square, so he must be handled properly. You're out here. You're in the deep water, so let's go. And what senile, sloppy old piece of unstable shit he is. What is that? If the word embarrassment took human form, if you could take the word embarrassment and melt it down and pour it into a wrinkled, liver-spotted mold, you would get Sloppy Joe. He is embarrassing here and abroad. He was at the Air Force Academy's graduation ceremony. He got done talking, thank God. And he was going to walk off stage. He took a step, but that second step was a doozy, and he went down. Then, when he gets up, when he gets helped up, of course, he didn't spring up on his own. He tried, but then he kind of went back down. You know, his whole right side is fucked up right now. His whole right side has ice packs and Epsom salt all over it. The White House reeks of Bengay. They had to rub Joe down when he got back. But he cannot handle his position. He does not have the mental and physical capabilities to do what he needs to do. And he's talking about round 2? We're not through round 1 and you're having problems, Joseph. We're not through round 1 and you're talking about round 2. What an embarrassment to the world. He tripped and fell on stage. Now, I know what you're all thinking. If this was Trump, if Trump fell, remember he was going down the ramp, it had been raining, and he slipped a little bit just for a second. You could hardly see it. But if Trump actually tripped and fell and went down like Sloppy Joe, he'd be brought up on treason. He'd be brought up on charges and be impeached. Well, we don't know. We don't know how we can do this, but he needs to be impeached. Well, he fell. They would call in his cognitive abilities. They would want him examined. They would say he's unfit for office. But this senile son of a bitch who has highlight after highlight after highlight reel of him falling Not only tripping over the ground, or the stage in this case, but tripping over his words. He can't talk. He's hallucinating. He's turning around to shake the hands of people who aren't there. Maybe he's seeing the ghosts of people he used to be in the Senate with 720 years ago. Remember, he said, I've been in the Senate for 720 years. That's what he said. So maybe that's who he's trying to shake hands with. I don't know. But how many more of these examples do we need? And if that was Trump, this is perfect. This is perfect. Of course this is going to happen. Of course an old man with brain trauma is going to have problems walking. No shit. Will he be in a wheelchair by the end of his term? Will some Secret Service agent have to learn how to do their job and push him in a wheelchair too? Will he be the first president since, who was that, Teddy Roosevelt? Who was in the, no, it wasn't Teddy Roosevelt. Hold on, I got to remember. Which president was in the wheelchair? Was it FDR? You know who the hell I'm talking about. Will he be the first president since then to be in a wheelchair? Fuck. The rest of the world is cracking up right now. And I wish we could be the rest of the world and see this happening to somebody else. But this shit is happening to us. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.